What's up guys, welcome back to another video on the Porsche house. New style videos coming through because I just don't have the time to sit and make perfect videos. So I'm just kind of using my iPhone at the minute, and look at the state of that 997. I'm going to be getting that out today, giving that a wash. I also need to put this on the trickle charger because last time I tried to start this, it was completely dead. I should learn from my mistakes, but I never seem to do that. So that's going to go on the trickle charger. We're going to definitely be getting out in the 997 today, hopefully getting it washed at some point. It just seems though like every time I take it out, it just gets filthy and filthy again. So part of me thinks, well, what's the point? Hopefully the rain will wash it off. It's just raining and constantly dirty at the moment. It's just that time of year, isn't it? I don't know if you can see the state of these roads here, but it's quite sort of poetic really, that the other day I said I was going to start driving my 997, and then all of a sudden I've got to do all these jobs that require me driving this big old estate car. So you know, I'm thankful that I've got this. I've got a few jobs to do. We're stuck behind a cyclist here who's doing 0.01 miles per hour. What's the price of gold?
Shares in gold are currently trading slightly lower at $2,656 and 80 cents. That's down $13 and 20 cents, or 0.49%.
So I think that's about £2,080 UK pounds. It's fluctuating as it does every day. I don't know if any of you guys invest in any gold or any silver, but I mean, as an example, sort of like last week, I'm convinced it was like £50 higher, and then even a few weeks before that, the price was probably about £100 higher. So it's fluctuating around about sort of £50 to £100 every few days, up and down. Interested to know if any of you guys do store any wealth in gold or not. Let's have a look at silver. What's the price of silver?
Shares in silver are down right now to $30 and 75 cents. That's 31 cents lower, or 1%.
So I think that's about £24.50-ish per ounce of silver. My gold to silver ratio is not as, it's probably about 95% gold, 5% silver. I did say it on a previous video that I was going to show you my gold. I think I might be at the vault tomorrow, so I might ask them if I can just whip the camera out, see what they say. Maybe they can take me into a private room just to make a short video showing the metals, the commodities that I've got. I don't know, maybe some of you guys are interested in things like that. Over the past sort of 20 odd years, the price of gold has gone up like 800%. So if the next 20 years was to do the same, then you know, you'd kind of think, I know it's not as straightforward as that, but you'd kind of think that it should stand you in good stead. I do have other investments as well, actually, more like sort of ISAs and higher interest, but gold isn't really an investment, and silver's, they're not really investments. They're more of a store of your value, a store of your wealth, because as the inflation goes up, the price of gold will go up as well. So as an example, I think there was a quote that I seen, it must have been about a year ago, and it said that, say like, I don't quote me on these figures, but it was like something like in 1920 or 1956 the cost of a house was $10,000, and you could buy that with so much gold. Well, if you take the same amount of gold today, you can still go and buy the same house with it, only it's going to be a lot more expensive. So what might have been $10,000 back then, or £10,000, may be sort of like £600,000 or $600,000 now. With that same amount of gold, the same weight of gold in your hand, you can go out and buy the exact same thing. So whereas if you had $10,000 or £10,000, if you just kept that under a mattress or in the bank, that's not going to be gaining any interest. It's not going to be gaining anything. You're losing money. You're losing money on the paper that you've got. This is not financial advice, by the way, so don't do what I do. I'm sure you won't. I'm sure you've got your own plans with your money, but it's worth looking at. Even if you can just invest a little bit of gold, a little bit of silver, you don't have to sort of be talking about big gold bullion bars. You know, you can get tiny little 1 gram gold bars. You can get 1 ounce silver. As an example, like a 1 ounce silver coin, like those Trump coins which I showed you the other day. They were kind of like, I think they're like £30 each. Or a 1 gram bar of gold isn't that expensive, possibly about 75, 80 pounds. So it's definitely worth doing and definitely worth looking at, is so long as you understand that getting into gold and silver is a long-term thing, not even a 2-year, not even a 3-year thing. You probably could do it for that amount of time, but if you want to really invest properly and see the good returns, that like I mentioned earlier, 20 years, 800%. So if you had like £100,000 worth of gold in 20 years time, in theory that could be worth about £650,000. I know it's not going to be worth as much, because a cup of tea or a cup of coffee will probably cost you about £30. Well, I don't know about you guys, but this time of year, we're now, I think it's the 17th of December, me work wise it's really busy, and we get a lot of shipments from we use UPS as the shipments because they've always been really good. We've got a shipment coming in, it's like a 50 odd piece shipment, but I had a call from UPS this morning to say, look, we're really sorry, we've got your shipment here, however we cannot send it out. We've got no vans, well, we haven't got enough vans, and we haven't got enough drivers. So there's a few of them which are like quite urgent, so I'm making the way to pick them up myself. I'm at the Team Valley right now, which is like a big retail and industrial area, so it's not far for me actually, but I'm just gonna drive into the depot and pick as many as I can up. I wish I still had my camper van or one of my previous vans, because that would have come in handy right now, but no, I'm in the Audi estate. But let's see what we can squeeze in. Hopefully we'll be able to squeeze in quite a bit. So we got access to the UPS warehouse. Here we go. Look at this. Look at all these parcels. Not all mine, thankfully. Some of them are, so I think we'll just park here. There we go. It's going to help me out. That's quite low. It gives me a good idea actually of what it might look like if I lowered the car. So in actual fact, this little exercise may have really helped me out, because that actually looks pretty good if it's lowered. Obviously not on the front's a different story, but on the rears there, that looks really nice. That's given me an idea. Change the wheels, put some Bentley wheels on, lowered like that. Interesting. All of the parcels in the boot there, well, as many as we can. I think we've probably got about 12 boxes in there. We still need fuel, so we've got to edge out of the garage. I've never tried to do this with the camera in the hand before. There we go. Look at the 3.2 there. Ah, she's so gorgeous. She's so pretty. I love that car. We got some of the boxes unloaded. We've still got about another, God, I know there's about another 30 boxes to come. When I've been driving something else and then I get back into this, you soon realise how sharp and precise this is. It's like a surgeon's scalpel. It does everything just so perfectly. What's the temperature? We got 8.5 degrees, so we'll try and get these tyres warmed up a little bit and see if we can take it out for a nice bit of a spirited drive. But as you can probably see, or you might not be able to see, how do I get into the message center? It's in there somewhere. But anyway, we need fuel. Switch the lights on actually. It's just those little pockets in third gear at 3.5 to 4,000 RPM where it really starts to sing. Man, it sounds good. Finally gonna get some fuel in this thing. Where can we fill up? We're on the right hand side. There's something about Porsches at a petrol station, they always look so good parked up. I think it's like with the Synergy and the Shell like logos behind it. still needs a clean.
She's giving you funny looks. I says, don't worry, I used to wait with because you're taking photos. She must
Alright,
be what's he doing?
alright. I get funny looks everywhere I go, so see you. Oh, cheers. It's number 8. So I just like taking pictures everywhere I go of it. So
I know. I can't blame you. Why?
yeah.
£40.88.
Those look much better in the petrol station, I think. Don't know if it's like the logos that are like the Synergy or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you like your receipt?
No, it's okay. Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Now, so there's one thing that I've never ever mentioned on this channel, and I thought, well, why not? What the hell? And it is to do with how much money I've made from this channel over the years. I think I set this channel up in something like 2012 or whatever, and when it first started out, it was like aimed at like car tools and things like that. But as it's sort of progressed over the years, it kind of progressed into like just any car I could kind of get my hands on, until it finally sort of developed into just Porsches. And that's where we are now. We're at the Porsche house right now. So over the years though, obviously it has been sort of collecting revenue, it's been bringing income in, and I thought, well, why not? You know, it's nearly Christmas, I'll share with you how much exactly this channel has made over the years. Now, one thing I would probably say is that it's probably not as much as you would think. I'm going to show you on my phone as well, so it's all there, and I can't manipulate any of the figures. I'm going to go into the YouTube app and show you. But I think there's a kind of like maybe sometimes a bit of a misconception with how much YouTubers make. And when I first started doing YouTube, well, not first, but when it was like when I was getting lots and lots of views on this channel, I was making kind of an okay amount of money. But that was, you know, you're talking about maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, between that period. And in that period, the market now has become so saturated with YouTubers, and it's almost impossible if you start, well, it's not impossible, but if you're starting from nothing, it's very difficult to then sort of go and gain a big following. So but what I hope this might do is maybe give you a little bit of encouragement. So if you're maybe thinking about starting your own YouTube channel, and you don't really, you know, I mean, you don't want to put your face on YouTube or anything. I mean, look, this video, I haven't put my face on the whole channel, and I've still managed to come up with some sort of car content. So if you maybe, what it's good for, I would say YouTube revenue is good for passive income. All right, now it's, unless you get really lucky, and unless you've like got some like super strong personality and your content is just off the charts, off the scale, then yeah, okay, you can definitely make a living from it. But if you're like me and it's just kind of like a hobby, a thing on the side, then it's kind of good for passive income, should I say. So what I'll do is I'm going to find a place to pull over, then I'll show you my phone, and we'll go through the app. I think this might be alright just to pull over here, not overlooking anybody's driveway or anything like that. So we'll just pull there right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my phone and I'm going to put my camera just like that. So we're going to, oops, who's that? Oh, there's my mate Mark. I'm going to I'm just logging into the app here, just so you can't. Oh crap! I probably showed you my password there, so I'm gonna have to bleep that out or mark it out. So where do we go? Right, YouTube Studios. So what we're gonna go. This is my home page. All right. So you can see here 152,312, and you can go through like the content, and you can go through the videos, and all of the like the so you go by sort by, and you go by most viewed. So some of the most viewed videos aren't even anything to do with Porsches. It's like VW, flashing glow plug, 821,000, Jaguar, Mercedes, Audi. Then we've got a few Cayenne things, Mercedes, a scan tool, removing a BMW bumper. So you get the idea. But what we'll do is we go to analytics, and this will then take us on to the screen where we can find the revenue. So if we go to revenue, and then we go estimated revenue. Now this tells you estimated revenue for this month, so this is going to give you an idea. £1,265 so far this month. It's not massive, it's not life-changing, and it's not going to sort of break the bank, and I'm not going to be able to go out and buy a new 911 Turbo or anything like that tomorrow. But what we can do is, so we go through, you can go through like the last 7 days, the last year, a certain month or whatever, a certain year. And what I'm going to do is, if you see this tab here, I'm going to click on lifetime. And when I do this, right, I'm going to click on, this is going to show you the total amount of money I have ever made from YouTube. And think of a figure inside your head now. So whatever that figure is, probably divided by 10, because it's going to be nowhere near as high as you might think or you might expect. All right, so I'm going to do it now. There we go. £163,120. So if you're in the US, that's probably about $205,000, which is not a lot, and it's nowhere near enough to have had a full-time income for the last 10 or so years. So in fact, there it tells you when I started the channel in November 12th, but you can see it lay dormant for quite a while, and then we really started getting some good figures here. So there it is. That's the total amount of money I've ever made on YouTube. There has been also some like endorsements, some channel sponsors along the way. We also have a business that we promote on the channel as well. You probably heard me going banging on about it all the time. I won't go on about it now, but sort of they all feed into this channel, and they all sort of help with the income, and they all help each other out, because they're all kind of like in the same sort of area and the same like genre, if you like. They're all sort of automotive based, so I just kind of put my spin on certain things. All right, so there it is. Let me know if you were shocked by that. Let me know if you expected more, expected less. It's not bad at the end of the day. I mean, just for pressing record when I'm out driving a car, and just for saying, oh, by the way, this is 5 things I hate about this car, this is 5 things I love about this car. Hey, you know what, this is what happens if you do this to your Porsche 911 or your Porsche Cayman or something like that. So yeah, there's been a bit of a hate. It hasn't been all sunshine and roses, because there's been a bit of hate along the road as well. There was one dickhead who came to my workplace to actually threaten to kill me. And if you want to hear more about that situation, then I might just put the whole video out there, because you know, this guy, he's still being an utter dickhead to this day, setting up hundreds of accounts, commenting on everything that I do with loads of different names, pretending to be lots of different people, and spreading hate on everything that I do. So one day I might just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna tell this story, and I'm gonna put his face on there, and I'm just gonna expose the guy for what he is, because he's an absolute cretin, and to this day he still will not give up. He is absolutely obsessed with me. But anyway, like I say, I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole here. That's not what this video is about. Yeah, so anyway guys, this video is done. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.